And welcome back. It's the 30th of May. We are almost at the end of the month, which tends to mean the questions get harder. And I can see we start with a bounds question, which I do not like. So let's get this done. C is 9.5 to one decimal place. The decimal place above is 9.6. Decimal place below is 9.4. I'm just going to leave that like that for now. And then X is 4.81. And it's round to two decimal places. So second decimal place above is that. Second decimal place below is 4.8. And then it says work out the lower bound of W. Okay, so the lower bound of W is take the smallest C, so the lowest bound of C, and then take divide by the biggest number I can. So the upper bound of X minus 1. Well, I can do that in one go, can't I? So C, should really write C and X here so I get them back to front. So the smallest C can be is this value here, which is 9.45, and I'm square rooting that. Then I'm dividing by that by the biggest X, which is 4.815, and then I'm taking away 1. So calculator A, all in one go, and the calculator tells me 0.8057890511. It doesn't tell me how many decimal places to use, so I'm just going to write them all out in my exam. So 0.8057890511. And that's question done. Next question. Okay, so it gives me some set notation. The universal set is the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, it's not all numbers here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. A is 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, B. A number is picked at random from the universal set. Find the probability that is in A and not in B. So in other words, it's in A but not in B. So I can't have that because it's in A and B. I can't have these. I can't have 5, so I want these two numbers here. So therefore, there's going to be two numbers I can choose divided by the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers overall. So that's going to give me 1/3. Not awful. Next question. Let's just write that 3 slightly neater. Next question. Okay, double proportion, I think. W is inversely proportional to Y. So W equals K over Y. And then it says X is directly proportional to the cube root of W. So X equals, now I need a different letter. So directly proportional to the cube root of W. So X equals the M times the cube root of W. So two equations. Then it says if Y equals 6.5, W equals 8, find the value of X. Right. So in other words, I need to link X and Y together. So what I can do is I can use the values here of Y and W in the question. So W is 8, when K over 6.5. Which means my K is equal to 52. So therefore my W is equal to 52 over Y. Now when we're trying to find out, the value of X when Y equals right. Let's find out M. So using these two here. So if W equals 27, X equals 100. So 100 equals M that I don't know times the cube root of 27, which is 3. So therefore M equals 100 over 3. Not a very nice number, but that's fine. And then I need to pull all of these together. So let's put them in. I'm going to do a different color over here. It says Y equals 0.8125. So W equals 52 over 0.8125, which is equal to 64. And then X is equal to M, which is 100 over 3 times the cube root of 64, which, well, cube root of 64 goes quite nicely, doesn't it, because it's 4. So M equals 100 over 3 times by the cube root of 64, which is 4, which gives me 400 over 3, which is also 133 1/3, although I probably prefer 400 over 3. Question done. Next question. Make Y the subject. So Y is here. Now, a couple of ways of doing this, but I think easily the easiest way is to move the other fraction to the other side. So 8 over X minus 2 over 5 is equal to 3 over Y. Then make the left a common denominator. So 8 times 5 is 40 minus 2 times X, and all that's over 5X is equal to 3 over Y. Okay, so let's then flip both. So therefore Y over 3 is equal to 5X over 40 minus 2X. Multiply both sides by 3, so Y is equal to, well, 5 times 3 is 15. And divide all that by 40 minus 2x. Can I simplify? I can factorize the bottom, but I'll leave it like that. So 15x over 40 minus 2x. Question done. Next question. Sketch. So not too bad, this one, is it? So center 0, radius is 3. So I'm just going to do the best job I can. of drawing a nice circle, better than I'm doing because I'm doing this on an iPad, which looks something like this, recognizing the points that I need. And that's finished today quite well. I think today's mixed questions was quite good, actually. I like the probability question, a bit different. The inversely proportional, they started mix them up a bit more, so good question. Rearranging not too hard, and a nice little circle question at the end. As ever, let me know how that went for you. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.